Jim is in Austin, Texas. Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And yourself?
Just the same, sir. How can I help?
Well, you always talk about cutting up the credit cards and paying cash. Now, I'm in a little different situation. I was $50,000 in credit card debt about 15 years ago. It took me 5 years to get out of that. And ever since then, I've been paying my credit cards off in full every month. And I'm wondering why you don't like that scenario.
Well, it's pretty simple because you were $50,000 in debt, and a lot of people get there. And you can't get there with a debit card. Debit card will do everything your credit card will do, except put you in debt. And if you're paying it off every month anyway, what does it matter?
It's just convenient, I guess.
Well, so's a debit card.
That's true.
I carry a debit card on my. I carry a debit card on my business. I carry one on my personal account. I have the money in the account to pay the bill. Apparently, you do because you're paying it off every month. So.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's the same difference. I just, the problem is that people accidentally end up in debt. They don't watch what they're doing. And the second part of the equation is, and Jim, you're not going to fall for this as often or as deeply as some people, but you and I both fall for it a little bit even, and that is when you spend plastic versus spending cash, you spend more because you don't feel the exchange occurring. And there's tons of studies that show that you're going to spend anywhere from 12 to as much as 60 or 70% more when using a credit card, depending on the type of purchase. The smaller the purchase, the more we tend to impulse or double up or whatever. But even on something, a fairly expensive item, you'll add to it, you'll upgrade when you're using plastic. And you know, everyone spends some more when using plastic than they do cash. Now, you're a pretty conservative guy. You're an in-control guy. You learned your lesson those years ago, so you're probably not like going crazy overspending. I'm not saying that. But even with your level of discipline and so forth, you still are overspending. I teach this stuff for a living, and I catch myself increasing the tip when it's on plastic, which is fine. That's a nice thing to do. I'm a big tipper anyway. I find myself, adding something else to the bill, not watching the bill as closely, those kinds of things. And when you start paying cash, when you lay $100 bills and Uncle Ben Franklin is looking you in the eye as you're buying something, your spending patterns change because you feel the purchase. And tons of research that says that. And if you don't think that's true, then you would just be wrong. Because, now, again, I don't think you're out of control. You're obviously a very disciplined person. But that's the reason I tell people to do that, and it's the reason I do it. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.